Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest. I am not in my usual setting. I'm usually at home, but today we are at the Boyle Heights Technology Center, and today I have Colleen with me, and today we are starting our first ever podcast. Get ready with me, and our topic and theme for the next couple of videos that are going to be coming out are going to be for millennial entrepreneurs. So if you are interested in creating a business, I brought some people on to the show so you guys can get inspired and you can see like what obstructions they have to go through, what their work ethic is like, and how they were able to start and fund their own business. So today, I already mentioned I have Colleen here, and she actually started her own skincare brand, and it's called Skirenity, and she's gonna go ahead and introduce herself and tell you guys a little bit about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yes, I'm launching a new brand called Skirenity. It's launching January 28th, which is this upcoming Tuesday. It's a skincare line that's based off of clean beauty, natural sustainability. My brand is going to be fully sustainable, or to at least the best that I can do, being as I'm a startup brand. So my components are recyclable. My packaging and shipping material are either recyclable, compostable. My ingredients are non-toxic. We have an extensive restriction list of what we can and can't add into our formulas. Everything is handmade, hand-filled, and hand-labeled in LA. And yeah, we're very excited to share this with you, and we hope that you have the opportunity to try, and you can always reach out if you have any questions.
Okay, so the first product we're gonna go in with is her serum, which is the Renewal Serum, and do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this is my Renewal Serum. So it's basically like a treatment serum. It's really lightweight though, and it really focuses on brightening the skin and smoothing the skin out. We have natural AHAs in here. So AHAs are really good at promoting cell turnover, really stimulating the skin, really brightening and smoothing it out. But I kind of went the natural route, and I got more plant-based derived AHAs just because it's more gentle on the skin. It caters to everyone, and you can use it long-term. You don't have to worry about, having sensitive skin.
So how many drops of this?
Because
this is a dropper, guys. Mm-hmm. It's a dropper.
So it looks like this. So I usually just maybe, my fingers. I'll usually do like 1 or 2, sometimes 3.
3 drops?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do 2 drops. Mm-hmm. Only because I have combination skin, and I don't know if this will make like me oily or so.
Yeah, 2 is good. I get 2. A little more.
You know what? Screw it. Let's do 3. You do 3, I'll do 3.
I do more because I like to just put a little bit on my neck as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
A little bit on my neck. So.
And the best thing about her brand, guys, is that there's no fragrance. Absolutely no fragrance. So that is really gonna like prevent your skin from breaking out or having some type of reaction to it. I don't think I put enough. I'm gonna go in with another 2 drops.
And then I like to really just press it into the skin, get all that goodness in there. We also have niacinamide in there, which is a form of vitamin B3, really great at brightening the skin as well. So yeah, I really like to just kind of take my time with this serum, really just like push it in. I use this day and night as well.
So can you use all of your products day and night, or is it mainly like the serum and the cream? Because I know you said you have another product that we'll get into right now.
Yeah, so I do my serum and cream day and night. And then my third product, which I will bring right now, which we won't really be using on camera because it's a night product. It's a mask. So it's a sleeping mask. But a little tip is I also like to use it as a quick, maybe 30-minute mask if I'm feeling like I need extra moisture just on the go at night. So it looks like this. So it's called the Fortify mask. So it looks like this. And with all of my products, I have, the benefits in the back. And essentially what a sleeping mask does is you kind of, you put it on and all the goodness really seeps in there. You actually sleep with it on and then you rinse it out in the morning. So all that like goodness and the actives really have time to absorb into the skin. You rinse out in the morning and then follow up with your usual skincare routine. So what I have in here are ceramides, which are really important to protect the skin barrier. Ceramides are actually naturally found in your skin, so they're very important, and they are what kind of build your skin over time. But sometimes what happens is when you're out in the sun or you're stressed out, the ceramides really break in your skin and you start losing that. So it's really good to replenish it over time, and skincare is able to do that. So I recommend using this maybe two to three times a week. Really depends on how much extra moisture and how your skin feels, but it's
honestly, I'm learning
water
so
based
much right now.
Yeah, so it's water based, so it basically looks like a gel. It's super lightweight, really cooling on the skin, and yeah, I love this as well.
Okay, so we just finished with the serum. She just let you guys know a little bit about her fortifying mask, and now we're gonna go in with your cream. Okay. Just so you guys are aware, these products are actually excellent for acne-prone skin because it does have a lot of calming and soothing ingredients in here. So if you do have acne-prone skin, I would highly recommend you guys trying out these products to see if it can calm your skin and just give you a little bit more moisture when you need it.
Yeah, for sure. It's very calming, very soothing. Non-toxic, harsh ingredients are in any of these formulas, so they're really good at soothing acne-prone, irritated, red skin. So the next product is my Serenity cream. And this is a daily moisturizer. You can use it day and night. It's really lightweight, so you don't have to feel about being too greasy during the day or not having enough moisture at night. It's packed with hyaluronic acid. We also have a lot of natural based ingredients in there as well, to really help promote calmness and soothness and really promote that serenity on your skin. So
just before we get into this, her cream does have hyaluronic acid, and the typical cream that I use is this one, and this one is from CosRx, but I just tried it a little while ago, guys, and I think it's gonna start replacing this one. This one feels really heavy on my skin, even though it does moisturize it. This one is literally so whipped, so light, and it just feels nice. Like I don't feel like my skin is like not breathing. Like my skin feels moisturized without it feeling so heavy. So we're gonna apply some right now. You can go ahead and use this with a cream. I'm gonna pick up a little bit on a brush. I picked up a little too much earlier, so you do not need a lot, okay? Very light. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that on my skin.
And I just use my fingers. I just get in there and use my fingers. Really lightweight, no fragrance.
Oh yeah, none of her products have fragrance in it.
No fragrance. I wanted to make sure that it was suitable for all skin types, and there are some people that are really sensitive to fragrance, and I totally understand. Some people aren't as sensitive to fragrance, but at the same time I wanted to be able to cater to everyone. So that's why I don't have fragrance in there.
My skin is really sensitive when it comes to fragrance, and I've actually seen a difference from moving over to fragrant-free face wash and fragrant-free skincare products, and this is really, really nice. It feels so good on the skin.
Yeah. So everything is handmade, hand filled, and hand labeled in LA. We are a small startup company, so
make sure you guys follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram for any questions and updates and all of that. So again, I will show these are the labels. Again, they're hand labeled, so each of them are unique in its own way. And then in the back we have kind of benefits and directions. So very simple.
And then with each of her products that you guys will be able to order starting on the 28th, you said, right?
Yeah.
Is the launch limited?
Yes, it's limited. Okay. So again, because we are a startup, we only have limited amounts. I wanted to see how the interest is.
You guys can get your money right. Yeah. Get on it, because when it's gone, it's gonna take a little while, girl.
Right,
okay?
Right. Yeah. So once we're all sold out, it's gonna take a little while for us to come back. So get your hands on it when you can. Follow us on Instagram. We'll have updates on when we're gonna launch, and we may have some goodies the day before. So keep up to date. Yeah.
Okay, so we are all prepped with our skin. We're gonna go now and continue on with our makeup, but I'm gonna go and start asking Colleen some questions about how she started her brand and the things she had to go through, guys, because there is no straight path to this.
No.
Everything, I bet you, was like twists and turns and doing backflips and like shit, like what's going on. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on. I'm not gonna mention any of the products that we're doing. This is not a makeup tutorial. This is more of a get ready with me. And this is our first podcast. If you guys see, there's microphones right here.
This is very cool.
Really
the setup
fun.
is legit, guys. It's crazy here.
You heard? Okay. Okay, so basically, first question. How old are you?
I am 25.
25 years old with her own company.
And
And
I know.
what made you start like your own skincare brand? Like what?
Yeah.
How did you start? What made you like think like, hey, like Colleen woke up and I'm gonna start a skincare brand today? Like what was that initial thought, or how did it come about?
So, you know, I grew up in a very kind of traditional family, and it was always very, you know, go to school, be a doctor or be a lawyer, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I kind of went that route. And, you know, growing up, I was always interested in, you know, skincare and cosmetics. I was, you know, that girl in 6th grade wearing green eyeshadow that she got from Claire's, you know, it was, it was
goals.
Yeah.
My mom would never let me wear like makeup in like middle school at all. Like I would literally steal her makeup in 7th grade, and I would walk to school and I would put on my makeup walking
Oh my
to
gosh,
school.
I know. Yeah. I don't even think my mom bought it for me. I think I was just like somehow one day at like, you know, at the mall with my friends, my mom dropped us off and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go buy some makeup. And I didn't even know what good makeup was, so I went to Claire's. Like of all places, I went to Claire's.
You're like, girl.
Yeah, and I bought this box, and you know, it had like sparkly green, purple, pink, blue eyeshadows. It was a mess, but I was just really into that. And you know, growing up, high school and college, I was very into makeup and skincare. I really always took care of my skin, but you know, I went.
You have like excellent skin.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and then I actually went to college to pursue chemical engineering.
And where did you go to school?
I went to UCSB.
How long did it take you? Or you're a graduate now, right?
So it took me 4 years.
4 years to go to school, and now she has her bachelor's in
Chemical engineering.
chemical engineering.
Yeah, so I went to school for engineering, and it was, you know,
Really quick. You better be going to school too. This is possible, okay? Like, if you want to achieve your dreams, this girl went to school, you guys can definitely go to school. Not that school is a route for anyone, but if she was able to go to school, what university did you go to again?
UCSB.
UCSB, and to manage life and start a skincare brand. You guys, it's totally possible, so please believe in your dreams. This is why I have her on the show, okay? Because she's such an inspiration.
Yeah, guys, it's not easy, and I'm not gonna lie, and like I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's easy, but it's really doable. If there's something that you want to do in life, you'll do whatever it takes to get there. Like me starting this company and pursuing this brand on my own, it wasn't easy. You know, there are days where I only sleep 2 hours a night, and I still work a full-time job. I work maybe 8-10 hours a day. I am a full-time power lifter, so I still train. I still have competitions, and then
she's smaller than me, guys. But this bitch is strong. Okay, she's fucking strong.
Yeah, and it's a lot. I balance a lot, and I still had the goal of I need to start my own brand. This is what I wanted to do for years and years and years, and I, you know, tried going the traditional route, was, you know, to get a job, you know, etc., but I felt like I had more to give, and I wanted to do more. I wanted to do good. How can I do good in this world? How can I speak to people about what we need? And for me, it's about sustainability. So I'm like, how can I do that? How can I reach people? So this is my way, by doing something that I love. And it's not easy, guys, but it's definitely doable.
It's definitely doable.
It's doable. And so, yeah, like that, you know, I'm sitting here and we're chatting about it, and I'm really excited.
Yeah. Okay. So you fell in love with skincare. You've always been in love with beauty. So you started Skirenity. But you do have background in the skincare industry.
Yes, I do.
So you work at a skincare company, and what do you do there?
So taking a step back, I actually used to work at Physicians Formula, which is a cosmetic company focused on, cruelty-free products, and I was a chemist there. So, that's kind of how I learned about formulation and learned about ingredients and research. And
so
now
you were like really hands-on.
Yeah, I was hands-on.
Like first-hand experience. Like, okay, I know how to start. You have a background. So that would you say that made it a little bit easier for you starting your own brand?
Right, yeah, for sure. Because since everything again is handmade, I knew, how to formulate what ingredients needed to go in what to make the products that you'll see today. And so that was I understood the technical side of things. Now where I work, right now I work in product development, and I manage the team at my company. I have 2 people that work under me right now, and so I'm learning more of the business side of things. I still have my technical side, but I'm learning about the business side of things, how to market things, really dive deep into research.
And that's honestly the best way to do it. When you go from one end of the industry and then to see the other aspect or the other side of that, like that really allows you to like grow and just be like, okay, I know how to make this product, but how can I get this product out?
Right, yeah. So everything ended up just coming full circle. I learned one side, I learned the other side, and kind of found a way to connect them together because, and that was essentially my goal. It wasn't my intention, but at the end of the day, I think everything just came full circle, and it kind of made me realize like there's a reason for everything. I am a believer in God, and I feel like He puts people in your path and opportunities in your way for you to establish the person that you're becoming. Exactly, yeah. So everything just kind of came full circle, and I was like, why can't I? Yeah, it's like, why can't I do this?
You're
now?
Like, I can do this.
Yeah, I have no excuse. So I'm like, you know what? I learned this side, I learned that side.
Do you ever feel like, who am I? Like, who do I think I am doing this stuff?
I know.
Do you ever feel like that
sometimes I think I'm a little crazy. But you know what? At the end of the day, women, they rule the world, and we're gonna rule the world. And it is what it is. And how can I benefit that? How can I show people that that's really key?
Okay, so I know that we're going into like deep topic, but we haven't even started our makeup.
We haven't. Yes.
Makeup. Okay, so we're gonna keep talking, and we're gonna try to keep going, but start applying our makeup so you guys can see what makeup looks laid over the skincare. Okay, so we have a little bit of background on you now. We know where you started, so you are very knowledgeable. So you guys know she knows what she's doing with her company. She knows exactly what she wants to put into her products. She has excellent knowledge. What were some of the hardest things that you encountered? Like, besides creating the line, like, did this take a lot of time from like family, or like what are the things that you struggled with, like productivity wise, social wise, like with your family and friends? Like, what are the things that you had to go to, or like what are some of the like occasions or things that happen, you're like, fuck, like shit, I can't believe this is happening? Like, and did it ever feel like you were not going in the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of times I wanted to give up. I mean, this project has been going on for a year and a half, almost a year and a half, honestly. That's when I first started the idea and started pursuing it, really investing in my time and my money into this. And there were a few times along the journey where I really wanted to give up.
And you didn't have, like, did you have a lot of capital to begin with?
No, I didn't. No, I mean, I barely had anything. Yeah, so, during the journey, I lost a lot of friends, or I didn't really hang out with a lot of people anymore, just because I was so focused on this. And at the time, I didn't want anyone to know what I was working on. I was very secret and private about it.
Because el ojo is real. Okay, sometimes you gotta just keep your shit under wraps, okay?
Yeah.
For things to actually happen.
Yeah, I felt like I didn't want anyone to know unless it was really gonna happen. And so I kind of kept it to myself, and that I kind of ended up isolating myself from other people because I really wanted to focus on it. But there were times where I wanted to give up because it was just getting really hard. I'm doing this all on my own. I had support from my boyfriend, sometimes from family, helping me, giving me ideas here and there. But at the end of the day, I was the one working on everything. And it was getting hard. I was still working a full-time job.
Were you going to school at this time? Or you had already done school?
I had already finished school, so that was good. But I was still working full-time, and I was still,
and when you were going to school for, I'm sorry, what's the major again?
Chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering. Did you do that because you intentionally knew, like did you know from the jump, like, you wanted a skincare line, or it just kind of happened?
So I've always talked about wanting a skincare line, but pursuing engineering
you've always wanted this.
Yeah, but pursuing engineering wasn't really for my brand. It was more so I wanted to make sure my family was happy with what I was pursuing, because that was more for them. And did I have a passion for engineering? Not necessarily. Does engineering help me now? I think so. It does help me now. I have the background to kind of get me to where I am now. But
job-wise,
in a certain way, but it's, I don't really apply what I learned in school necessarily here. So yeah, that was more for family. And yeah, so
I know there's always like that constant pressure, like, dang, like, are my parents gonna be okay with this? Like, what are they gonna think of me?
Yeah, so when I brought the idea to my mom one day, I just kind of sat her down and I was like, hey, I was like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I really want to start my own thing. Like, what do you think about it? I know you might, have your opinions, and she's my mom, obviously. And
you want your mom's like approval,
blessing. I do, of course, yeah. And she's raised me. She's the one that's been pushing me in school, and like, I know at the end of the day she wants to see me succeed, and so I was really scared to bring it up to her. But she
then when you did,
no, she was so for it. She was like,
oh my god,
yeah,
that's honestly like the best response you can get.
Yeah, she was like, do what you need to do. And it's actually really crazy because my mom believes in like feng shui, and she believes, like, she goes to see I don't know what you call them, but they almost like tell your fortune tellers, kind of
like a medium,
almost like that. And she was telling me that before any of me and my siblings were born, her and my dad had went to go see this person, and he like read them their future, or things like that, and basically told my mom, like, okay, your oldest daughter, you're gonna have your oldest daughter, and I don't even think I was born yet, but he like knew or something, and he was like, you're gonna have your oldest daughter, she's gonna be successful in business. And so my mom knew this when I was growing up, and I was pursuing. So
she's like, I'm not even gonna stop.
Yeah, and I was pursuing engineering. I was pursuing science, and this whole time.
You're like, Mama, why didn't you tell me I was gonna be successful in business?
Yeah, and she was actually pushing me to do science and things like that. But when I came to her one day and I told her, she was like, she told me that story, and I was like, whoa.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And I was like, growing up,
but you know what? It probably pushed you.
Yeah, no, it did. That's, I think, what motivated me initially to really pursue it, because I was like, I can't say I don't believe in, those kind of things, but honestly, I think it was really meant to be. Like, it was
meant to be in your path.
Yeah.
This was like destiny kind
of. It was destiny.
It's just destiny.
Yeah. And so when she told me that, it really made me happy, and I would have cried. I felt so good, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And she was like, yeah, you have my full support. She was like,
that's excellent.
Yeah,
it's like the best when your family gives you like their full support, and you're not like, okay, like now I can really put my all into this,
Yeah. So
are you almost done already? Foundation? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I got
I mean, honestly, I haven't been wearing as much makeup.
I don't either. I don't wear makeup to work. I wear makeup literally when I'm filming for this or when I'm going out.
Yeah.
I like hardly ever wear makeup. No eyebrows, no nothing.
Yeah, same. I got lash extensions. I actually used to.
Do you like lash extensions?
I do, because they're just so convenient for me. I used to.
I love the way it looks on people, but I love to do eyeshadow, and I know
that's a
thing that they say you can't really use shadow, and I'm like, shit, like I love eyeshadow though.
Yeah, so
before, when I used to be like really into doing makeup, I didn't have extensions, obviously, because I wanted to be able to wear eyeshadow. So I just wore lashes, like strip lashes. Then I don't know, I just started getting busy and I wasn't really going out as much anymore because of everything going on. So I started getting extensions. So it was just easier for me to get ready during the day. And yeah, now I'm just like, I can't live without them.
You're like, I need them.
I know, yeah. Every time like I'm running, like they look like there's barely anything, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go get them done.
You're like, damn, I gotta go get a fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, dang, should I do it? But I'm like, I don't know if I can give up like the whole like eyeshadow thing, and because I film for YouTube, it's like I don't think I can actually do it. But I've always wanted to, so maybe like one day I'll come around.
Yeah. Even like to try, I mean, at least you could, like, the good thing is like you could always take it off.
Yeah. What's it called? Okay, so so the way me and Colleen met, I actually met her for the first time for the grand opening for Legends. Is it Legends? Barbell Gym?
No, was that the first time I met you?
I think that's the first
Was
time.
that the first time? I feel like I've met you before that. But yeah, it was I guess officially it was at it's called Hidden Strength Gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Barbell, that's the brand that's CJ. Okay, so basically her boyfriend CJ. I know him by Henson, okay? Because my boyfriend calls him Henson.
Yeah, everyone calls him Henson. I'm the only one that calls him by his first name.
His first name. Okay, so Henson I met a while back when J-Rod had filmed some video content for them. And for those of you who don't know, J-Rod is my boyfriend and he does videography and all the content for my channel. And I met him once and he was like, oh, like, you know, his J-Rod was telling me like, oh, you know, his girlfriend like does powerlifting as well. I was like, no way. And then he's like, yeah, he's like, you should get into it, because he's like trying to push me to work out. But I'm like, I'm just not that person, dude. Like,
if you're not into it, you're not into it.
I'm not into it, but you know what? I have to start getting into it, because, girl, it turns sideways.
Stop.
It turns sideways so you can see my arm fat.
Oh, stop. Not even.
So anyways, I met her for the first time at a grand opening of Hidden Strength Gym, and her boyfriend has like this it's like a clothing brand, but for like bodybuilding and powerlifting. Yeah, and yeah, that's just basically how I met her. I don't know where I was going with this. Where was I going with this?
Just to give a little
insight, I guess. Yeah. So I saw him post something about Skirenity, and I was like, whose brand in this? I was like, was it his brand or is it her brand? And I had never met her before. And then he messaged me, and CJ, if you're watching this, you're a real one. He DM'd me. And he said, can you please repost about Skirenity?
Oh,
and I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like, of course. Like, what the heck? Like, why wouldn't I? So I was like,
did not know that.
Yeah, so he has your back. He's a real one. You gotta keep that one.
He does. He's been one of the biggest support systems I've had throughout this whole thing, because honestly,
Did he make it easier for you, or were there times where it got hard?
No, I mean, he's always been there. He's been very helpful. Sometimes, like, I get stressed out, obviously. Like, things, it's never just a perfect road. There's always hiccups along the way, and he's always been there, you know, calming me down, giving me advice, helping me when I needed the help, helping me take photos, helping me set up, all those kind of things, which if you don't have someone to help you, at the end of the day, you do what you need to do to get things done. But if you have the support, always be appreciative of that. And he's been nothing but supportive. And
don't forget the ones that help you guys come up. Like, literally, my man, he pushes me to like film, and sometimes I don't want to, or sometimes I just don't even want to edit, and I'm like, I don't want to, and I'll throw fits. Like, he can tell you himself, like, I will throw a tantrum because I don't want to do anything, but he'll come with chopped up fruit. He'll sit me down and he'll be like, here's a timer for 30 minutes. You don't have to work any more than that if you don't want to. And you know what? I'm glad that he does that, because it pushes me and I end up finishing the videos. Yeah. But you definitely need a support system.
Yeah,
so shout
100%.
out to CJ, aka Henson, for being the best and having his girls back.
Love you.
Gonna get some dick tonight. Colleen was just telling us right now about how CJ and her were trying to figure out like how to take like the camera photos, and it was a little difficult.
Yeah, so guys, we're not like tech savvy people. We don't really know how to work cameras, but obviously we need content. We need to be able to upload photos of our products. So CJ, again, my boyfriend, he borrowed a camera from one of our friends, and we were trying to use like one of those big Canon ones. I don't even know.
Shout out to the friend for supporting you.
Yeah, I don't even know the name of the camera. Don't ask me, but it's like one of those big DSLR cameras, and we were trying to use them to take nice photos. And when he was helping me take the photos, and I was looking through them, and they were blurry, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why are they blurred? And he's like, oh, I'm trying. So he's like trying to do what he needs to do to get them to be clear. And I was looking at them again, and I'm like, oh, they're still blurry. So I'm like, you know what, like, let me just do this. Like,
You're
got
like,
this.
let me do this.
Yeah, I was like,
how woman's touch.
Yeah, I was like, how hard is this,
woman's
right?
touch.
Yeah. So I grabbed the camera from him. He's like, all right, you want to do it? I'm like,
He's
okay.
like, all right, girl.
Yeah. So I grabbed it, and I'm like playing around with it, and I'm like, okay, like, let me look at it. And it, like, this guy, he at least got it to be like 90% focused. Like, it was still decent. Like, you could see the words, like, you could see what it was. After I was playing around with it, it was just a blurred blob. Like, you couldn't even see what it was because it was so blurry. And I think I was like, I definitely made it worse. And I was just like, okay, like, I can't. Fuck. Yeah, I was like, I definitely can't do this. So, guys, but you know, we got it done at the end of the day. So, guys, like, anything is possible. Trust me. Like, we don't do this, and I honestly commend her for having this whole setup because it's hard. It may look like it's easy, but it's
difficult.
It's hard.
You know, it's finding the right lighting, the proper lens.
Everything matters.
Everything, it matters. And I'm not to say like that you guys can't use like any type of camera or any type of lighting.
Oh,
like
yeah.
what you got is what you got, and you work with what you got. But I mean, when you do start upgrading, you're like, oh shit, like, how do I work this?
Yeah.
Like, how do people do this?
Yeah.
Like, how do you, like, those people that, all those famous YouTubers that you be seeing, and their quality just looks like so amazing. You're like, shit, it takes a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work.
But you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you definitely have to start somewhere. Okay, so moving forward, you said CJ and your family was a big support, which is excellent. You didn't. Were there any like obstructions or things that made it difficult for you?
Yeah, I mean,
like, what were some of those things? Like, what gave you a hard time the most? You can name like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, like obviously the business side of it. I don't have a business major, and I get experience from my work and you know, just overall history and learning throughout the process. But I don't. At the end of the day, I don't have a business background. So it's hard learning marketing, how to market, and social media obviously is one of my biggest hardships. I'm not big on social media. I don't understand like the little like algorithms or things that people talk about, like engagement.
And it's gotten harder.
Right.
It's
gotten
a lot harder now because everyone wants to do it.
Yeah, and so it's hard to figure out how to follow all of those
like how
little
to just
rules,
navigate.
How to navigate it. Yeah. So, you know, learning all of that, it's been a struggle, and, you know, I'm still learning throughout the day. I still want to be honest and transparent with everything. So, you know, I'm not going to take the easy way out. I'm, you know, going to grow organically. And if it takes time, it takes time. But, you know, that's just how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it. It's trial and error. So how did you first start? Like, how did you choose your packaging? Like, what were the first couple of steps? Or like, walk me through how you started your brand. We already have the background. So what were the first couple of steps that you took to start it?
So
like, for someone who is interested in learning, like, how do I start my skincare brand?
Yeah. So I started by, I had a notebook, and I was just constantly, every time I had an idea, I just wrote it down. I started with what I wanted my brand to be about. Oh, perfect.
Girl,
exactly like that. Mine was a little more like beat up than that, but you know, whatever works. So,
it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. So every time I had an idea that was based off, well, even before that, think about what you want your brand to be. What do you want it to be? What do you want it to be about? What message do you want to send to people? You know, whether it's skincare, you know, makeup, even if it's
like you need a direction.
Fashion, clothes, anything. Have a message that you want. Like, what is gonna make you different from other people.
Set you apart.
Yeah.
And what would you say sets you apart from these other skincare brands?
I think for me, it's obviously it's clean, it's focused on serenity, which I don't think is something that's very common. I think people are always focused on treatment. What's gonna work? My
to get my skin to like this, like,
and
from
sometimes
one
you
night to
overdo
another.
it. So mine is, again, it's gonna work, but it's focused on a different thing. It's how do I get my skin back to where it was before, right? Focus on serenity. Focus on how to get rid of stressed skin. We're always stressed. How do we?
And living in LA, like just the
God.
air alone.
Yeah.
Living in LA with the air alone, so polluted. Your skin all day just absorbing all of that
Everything.
pollution, you know?
Yeah, so it's like before we even think about all those treatments, all of those harshness, let's focus on getting it clean, getting it back to where it was before. And I think that already will help so much. And so I think that's my focus. And so I have my messaging, I have my direction, and so I come up with little ideas. Like I'm always drawing like, okay, so you know, what's my audience going to be? Who am I trying to target? My demographic, everything. And then from there, come up with the things, like the products that you want to launch. Find out how, like, what it takes to get those, whether it's finding suppliers, finding, you know, if you're making things on your own, how are you going to make it? What equipments do you need? And then it comes to marketing. How do you want to market it? Do you need a website? How, you know,
Do you have a website that you're launching?
I'm working on a website, yeah, and so I'm doing that on my own as well, which I obviously don't, you know, I don't have that background. I'm not a graphic designer. I don't do UX. I don't have any of that, but there's tools, guys. There's tools. YouTube is like the biggest thing.
So when these products launch, there will be a website?
There will be a website, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're working on that.
I am working on that. And it will be live on my Instagram the day of launch.
Okay,
so I will release the
January 28th. This video should be up by then. Hopefully. If it's not, I'm sorry, Colleen.
No, it's fine.
Editing takes a while.
Yeah, no,
we are definitely
totally
trying to get this video out so that you guys can see firsthand what it is that she's working on. And what are like some things we can expect? Like, do you plan on coming out with like other products like face wash or scrubs? Or are those some of the things
so
you're gonna work on?
Those will be coming out soon. I am working on it's either going to be a spring or summer collection. Don't want to say what it is yet, but I do have some ideas already in the works. I just really want to see how this brand resonates with people, and see, you know, the types of feedback I get before I really start moving.
Because remember, like, guys, the amount of support that you put into a person delegates like how much venture capital she'll have for later, you know? So you need capital to purchase the container, the product, how it comes about. Like she had to, so you were telling me earlier that you had to invest in what were the mechanics of it?
Equipment.
The equipment?
Yeah, equipment, every little thing that goes into it, all the components were sourced by me. Even people don't even think about, but labels, you know, even labels, you have to pay for labels, you have to pay for the box that you use to ship things, you have to pay for the things inside the box to help make sure that your products don't move around. Everything is gonna be dependent on you, right? You as in the person who's creating this. So there's a lot of things that go into play, so it's a lot, and you know, but it's all worth it.
A lot of people forget, like, oh dang, like I have to label my products.
Like,
a lot of people forget about those things. Like I gotta ship these out to people. Like where's
by
the
yourself.
shipment money coming from?
All of that, yeah. So it's,
you know, everyone's gonna start filing taxes soon.
Oh gosh,
and
I
mean, I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do with your money, but I would definitely say save it, invest in yourself, because no one else is gonna invest in you the way you're gonna invest in yourself.
Exactly.
So was it a big jump when you had to do this? You're like, dang, I really got to give this my all.
Oh yeah, it was.
Were you kind of scared?
I was scared, but honestly, what kept me going, I had my family in the beginning. I had the support from friends and, you know, my boyfriends and all of that. And it was great, you know. Boyfriend?
Oh, are they some boyfriends? I was like, damn, this girl got multiple boyfriends.
No, boyfriend. So, I had that initial support, but again, when I was going through things, it was getting really rough, and I wanted to give up. But actually, what kept me going, and shout out to her, was an old friend of mine. She actually started a clothing line, like online.
Oh, we should have her come on next.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah,
I can reach out to her. Yeah. So she started it, and we haven't talked in a while. But I had saw that she was posting about her new like online store brand, and I reached out to her, and I was like, oh, "This is great." And we kind of chatted for a little, and I told her, I was like, I've been trying to start something on my own, but I was like, losing that motivation. Yeah, I was losing that motivation. It was starting to get really hard, and I was like, now that I've seen that you're
like it's possible,
that you're starting this entrepreneurship yourself, I was like, you know what, like
I could do this shit too. Like I'm capable of this.
Yeah, and like I knew her for a while, and when I saw, I was like, okay, like if she can do it, I could do it. So that kind of kept me going, and yeah, I mean, she's doing really well for herself now, and I could totally have her come on one day.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We can have her come on next.
Yeah.
So what's the type of reaction you're expecting from people, or like what is it? Like, are you nervous for the reaction?
Yeah, I'm very nervous. Obviously I want it to be positive, but again, like I can't cater to everyone, and I think I just have to be very open-minded about it. Mm-hmm. I believe in the products, and I believe in the messaging, and I believe in what it does. But at the end of the day, you can't have the mindset that everyone's opinion matters. It does matter to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, you can't cater to everyone. So you just
gotta believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm, you have to believe in yourself. Keep moving. There will be people that support you, and also stand by your products. So you just kind of have to like focus on that.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. Yeah, go ahead. It's important, like the people that you surround yourself with. Like I've heard multiple things over the past week, and I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard this one. It's like, if you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You got to surround yourself with people that are going to help you grow into the person that you want to be, and for the dreams that you want to achieve in life, And then just remember, guys, I think about it like this, like 3 bubbles. So the first 2 bubbles overlap, and the last one is just connected at the end. The first one is the largest, the second is medium, and obviously the smallest one is the end. So some people are in your life for a reason. Some people are in your life for the season, and sometimes the reason and the season can overlap. But then the smallest circle on the end is that some people are in your life for life. So don't feel bad, because I'm pretty sure, like you said, you lost a couple friends, right? So some people are only in your life for a season, or for a particular reason. Yeah. And then there's gonna be people that stick with you through your life.
Yeah.
So if you guys lose friends, if you guys feel like, dang, like this is really taking up a lot of my time, and I'm not really seeing the people that I usually see, keep going, guys. Don't stop because you lose a friend. Don't stop because someone tells you no. Keep pushing, keep grinding, because it's you. You got to invest in yourself. What do you want in your life? You want to be successful, or you want to follow the next person? Yeah. So I commend you for starting your own business.
No,
that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah, thank you so much. No, honestly, I'm excited for this opportunity because I can share my experiences.
I'm still on my brows.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, like this is usually a pretty quick
every day.
Thing. Pretty simple. I don't do too much, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, no, I'm like excited to be here, and honestly like to share, because it's not easy, and I will keep saying it's not easy, but it is doable, 100% doable.
Okay, so I just asked Colleen right now what she had to do in order to start her business. So Colleen is actually a registered business. Are you an LLC or a corporate?
Just sole proprietor.
Just sole proprietor. Okay. So I think that's LLC, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know the terminology, guys. Don't quote me on any of this stuff, but she is a registered brand. What were those steps that you had to take?
So I honestly thought it was going to be a complicated process, but no, you just apply online with the state, and they kind of.
Do you know the website?
I don't know at the top of my head.
Okay, we don't know the website, but I'll try to add a link right here at the bottom so you guys can see what she had to do. So you had to register your brand so that it's not connected. Did you register it so it's not connected to you, like in case of like anything bad happens? Like,
No,
it
it's
won't take
connected
your
to me.
home or anything?
No, it's connected to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's connected to me. But again, it's just individual. So typically those are the ones that you do when you're just starting out. Like if you want to sell candles online or soaps online or little things like that, that's typically your way to go. And again, because I am a startup, I thought that was just the best way to go.
And do you want to? I mean, at one point, you eventually want your products in store, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's
That
like
is definitely the goal. So my goal, obviously, is to be able to move out of the location in LA and to be able to scale, and to move to a contract manufacturer, to be able to scale and not really have to focus on hand filling and handling, and have someone else focus on that on a larger scale for me, and I can just focus on the business side of it. But that's going to take some time, some capital. Obviously, I need the business to grow a little bit, and so I'm just being patient. Everything, I'm just putting in the hard work now so that later everything will be a lot smoother.
Okay, so you registered your company. What was the next step for you? Just starting or formulating, or like how long did it take you to start formulating actually?
Well, that actually took me a long time. I'm actually done.
You're done? Okay,
Yeah.
she's done.
Yeah,
I'm still going.
I know.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I have bronzer to go and some blush.
So for me, I'll just sip on my wine.
Oh girl, we're drinking on some wine right here. I forgot to tell y'all. It's only, what time is it? She came in at 10 a.m.
I know, and I was like,
she messaged me. She's like, I'm so nervous to do this. She's like, I'm bringing Patron. I was like, girl, we're filming like at 10 in the morning. You want Patron? And she's like, I'm like, well, in that case, I'll bring my wine.
I know. Hey, gotta feel loose a little,
Oh, that's good. What are we drinking today? Today we are drinking the Beringer Main and Vine. It's a white Zinfandel.
Fancy.
This is what it looks like.
It's good.
It's a semi-dry, semi-sweet. Has 10% alcohol. If you'd like to sponsor me, let me know. Okay, so the formulation you said took a while, right?
Yeah, so that actually takes the longest part because again, it's all handmade and it takes a long time to batch things. So that is definitely the longest part. So I registered for the business after. I haven't started selling, so I did that a little bit later, and then I started working on my website. So that obviously is taking me a lot longer than I thought because I don't really know how to make a website. I mean, I obviously have templates.
But there's plenty of tools online and templates that you guys can follow. You guys can literally Google this stuff. I'm pretty sure you did a lot of Googling, right?
Googling, YouTubing, it's all there. All the tools are there. So, I learned how to do Photoshop myself, Illustrator myself. Obviously, don't know
everything.
I know the basics.
But hey, we all start somewhere, guys. We all start somewhere.
Yeah, so I use that to be able to help export things onto my website, and I'm kind of learning how to do that. And yeah, so that was pretty much the next step. And now that we're almost live, it's really just about making sure I can fulfill the orders, packing everything nicely.
And that takes a while.
Oh, that's gonna take a while.
You gotta unless you're typing out like these addresses, you're gonna, or how does that work? Like, are you gonna have to hand type these or write them out?
So the website that when you want to start a website to sell things, there's a lot of different tools you can use, like Shopify. You could use Wix. Like, there's a lot of websites.
Which website are you using?
I'm using Shopify.
Shopify?
Yeah.
And do you have to pay for that?
Yeah, so you do pay, but the benefit of doing so is they have tools to help. So if you want to ship things out,
they not prepay,
but they pre-make labels, like shipping labels for you. So all you do is you print them out. I think,
guys.
Again, I haven't started yet, but it's all what they should
process.
do. So that's
what they should do. You heard Shopify. If you guys are watching Shopify.
Yeah, so they do the print. They have the labels ready for you, so you just print them out and then you just drop them off at USPS or UPS, whoever you choose to use. So so it should hopefully not be too complicated. I just want to make sure that we'll see as we go. It's going to be a learning process for me as well. So
yeah, and we'll try. She'll try to get you guys some updates.
Yeah.
If you guys follow her on her personal page at.
What is my personal?
You don't even know your Instagram?
I know. I think it's Colleen_XC.
Well, we'll put it right here.
We'll put it somewhere.
And hopefully I would try to message her so she can keep you guys updated on those kinds of things. Because sometimes when you make yourself vulnerable and you allow people to see like what you're going through, people can relate and be like, oh dang, that's how she did it. And then they start looking up to you for like inspo and
and I'm always here to like help, and you know, if anyone's curious about anything, they could always DM me or, you know, whatever.
We're all about support on this channel, guys.
100%, because you know, I'm also learning, and I'm not perfect. I'll make mistakes along the way, and that's when I'll reach out to people to help, to give advice and, you know, support. So whatever I can learn from others, I want to be able to teach others that as well. So yeah, I mean, always here to help, and I love seeing entrepreneurship. I think that's really the way to go nowadays, and you know, if you have a passion, I just think you should go for it. Like, what do you have to lose?
Definitely believe in yourself, guys, and keep going for whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
School, work. I mean, those of you who do follow me on Instagram know that I've been like talking about this lately. Invest in yourself. I'm going back to school. It's gonna be a mission, but invest in yourself.
Yeah.
It's really like the most important thing to do, and it's better that you do it now that you're young. Do it now, guys, because later you're gonna be 40, 50, and
with
you're like,
kids,
damn,
and
you're like, I should have started my business. I
Mm-hmm.
should have did that. Like, I was young. Like, I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
Seize the moment.
Yeah.
Go for what you want.
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's how I felt. I was like, I'm young. Like, I don't have kids yet. I'm not married.
Make the mistakes now.
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
You're young. If you make a mistake, you are still young enough. You can start again. You could figure it out. But when you don't have other responsibility, I mean, everyone has their own responsibilities.
But children are a large one.
Yeah,
and
but
we don't have those
specifically
yet.
children. If you have children, they are dependent on you, and that's hard. It's really it's really hard to kind of branch out and do something from there. I commend people that are able to do that, but for a lot of us, it's not doable.
That easy.
Yeah. So, you know, why not? Like, you're young, you could start now, figure it out. You know, you have a clean mindset now. So, yeah, that's kind of clear.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish up my makeup because I'm taking way too long, and then we'll be back to finish up the rest of this video. Okay, guys, so I finished my makeup. It took me a little while, but I will say that my skin doesn't feel tight. Like, usually I put on a lot of powder. Like, those of you who do watch my tutorials, you guys know, like, I go in with baking powder and then like a setting powder on top of that, and then like a full coverage powder, bronzers, all of that. I do try to do some spraying in between, but I feel like because my base was so wow, thanks to Skirenity, that my skin feels nice. It doesn't feel heavy. Like, it feels like really soft. Like, it doesn't even feel like I'm wearing that much makeup. Okay, guys, so if you take away anything from this video, it is to follow your dreams and invest in yourself. You know, write things down in a planner. Have a plan, have a message, definitely have a message behind anything that you're going to put out. And I just want to thank Colleen for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
If there's anything that we skipped, I'm sorry, guys. I try to get out as many questions and stuff out of her, but Colleen said that you guys are more than welcome to DM me.
Yep.
You guys can DM her if you have any questions about starting your own brand or skincare, or she said that the filing was super easy and it was online. And yeah, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to thank you for having me,
thank
you
you
for letting me share, you know, my experience and my journey. And again, if anyone ever wants to reach out and has any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, so once again, her skincare brand is called Skirenity, and I will go ahead and drop a link below. This video should be up once her skincare brand launches. I'll leave her Instagram handle and everything down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, and if you guys enjoyed this, at least I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna have more guests on my show, my YouTube channel. I don't know what I'm naming this yet, but basically it's just gonna be about people inspiring other people, and for you guys to go after your goals and your dreams. And thank you guys for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Bye.